Hello my friends, looks like I jumped on a recent bandwagon or hype train and purchased myself WYZE CAM. So looks like this is a very popular toy recently on Amazon, everybody freaking out about it, and I decided to give it a try and went and go a little bit differently about it. I want to see not just how it works and what it is, I want to see what's inside. Yeah, and why it's so cheap. So why it costs 20 American, 30 something 7 or something Canadian, and I'm curious what it is and how it works. So let's take a look. Here we have WYZE CAM version 2. Never seen actually version 1 and have no idea how it looks like, but this thing's supposed to work. You just plug it in, it connects to Wi-Fi and streaming your data, and it's 1080p supported. And it has also nighttime vision. I don't know if it's like infrared or it's very sensitive sensor. Well, we will see that. So, oh yeah, here are some features. Night vision, 14 days free cloud recording, and it has digital zoom, which is gonna be probably crap as usual. 14 days free cloud recording, I guess that's gonna keep your last 14 days of recording, so which is okay. So what else it has? It has two-way audio and motion detection, which is pretty cool features. And let's see what kind of motion detection it has. Is it like a pure sensor based, or it is a frame analysis based, like it just some algorithm which just analyzes every picture and see if there is a motion detected. Okay, so let's take it open. Righty, I'm not gonna be playing this long, just like got it like this, and it didn't work. Oh no, it did. Okay, here we are, nice box, and first thing we see is the camera itself. So right away, and it's not as heavy as the whole box, so I guess the power brick is heavy as well. So let's take everything out. What else we have here? It'll be like a little bit of unboxing going on. Okay, boxes are this. So some quick start guide, I guess. Yep. So camera, papers, and brick. Brick is pretty hefty, so curious what kind of power brick is this, what kind of quality. Oh, nice USB cable. I like flat, it's micro USB, no big deal, but still. I like flat cables, that's pretty cool. What is this, a magnet? Oh, nice hefty steel plate. Like it. Some mounting hardware here, 3M sticky tape, it's pretty cool. What else? Power brick, that's why it was heavy, because it's probably power brick, and desiccant, two desiccants, nice, that's really good. Go away, this, I'll remove this crap. So I guess the way you mount this hardware, it's probably magnetic, as I assume, and then you stick it to the wall and you stick the ways to that magnetic thing. Power it via this brick. It's actually pretty light, and it looks like it's sealed shut off, so I won't be able to actually easily open it. And it is rated for 1 amp, 5 volt 1 amp. Okay, well, it's okay, I guess it doesn't need more than that. Cable seems to be pretty long and okay quality. I like, oh, that's really long USB cable. It looks like a meter or something long. That's nice, that's good. To the side, so to the side, power brick to the side. So let's look at the camera itself. It's glued over here, so I guess it's gonna be a little bit distracting opening. Okay, plastic, nicely wrapped and nice kind of soft plastic. Okay, what we have here, I like this rectangular shape of the unit. It looks like the unit actually is even smaller than that, because look at this inside. So some mounting hardware stuff. So there's the magnet. Look, sorry, I didn't get that. How do you... Are you supposed to unscrew that thing? Unless, oh, there is probably a magnet over here. Let me try. Yep. And there is a magnet over here as well, which is kind of interesting. Why do you need two magnets? Unless you want to like unscrew this and... Sorry, it's not actually a magnet. It's funny. Oh, I see now. So this is metal thingy to actually snap onto this magnet. Okay, that's fair. So what else we have here? Power, USB. So there is an extra USB. I assume you would be able to daisy chain something, like few units together, maybe one or two, and maybe power up something else like LED lights or something. That's okay. That there is a unit over here, USB. I like it. So in front here we have a I assume this is camera, this is some sort of LED, this is mic, and this is something else. I have to take a look what it is. Let's peel it off. Oh, maybe not, because I will gonna be disassembling the unit before I was actually using it. Okay, so how easy is to disassemble the unit? Looks like there are a few screws. Oh, micro SD card and setup button over here. Setup over here and micro SD. So it looks like micro SD is for recording. Oh, it also rotates. That's sick. Obviously, that's nice. It rotates. Okay, there is some ventilation holes. I don't know what's that supposed to mean over here. Is it like reset button or potentially? But we'll take it. Take a look when we open this thing. So obviously I'm gonna open it up before I power it. So there is no point for me to actually go over operation of this unit because there are so many reviews in the internet already. But I'm pretty sure that the operation of this unit will be really straightforward. You press this setup button, connect to this device, set up your Wi-Fi username and password for your local wireless network. It connects. You have to log in with your account and blah blah blah. So essentially this is really straightforward algorithm of connecting this sort of device to the cloud, which is extremely simple, and anyone can do it. But the most interesting for me to figure out what's inside. So let's get there. Okay, I zoomed a little bit more and I will start disassembling the thing. So first of all, I see here two screws. We're just gonna go and unscrew them. They are self-toppers, and that's pretty much what I see at the moment. And there is nothing budging. Okay, let's unscrew these two. Oops, that was a mistake. Oh, maybe. Maybe it just snaps. Looks like something holding it from over there. Not sure what. It's kind of going, but kind of not. Okay, I got in. After applying a little bit of force like that, I was able to actually, using this pointy thingy, pull it off. So there is no any kind of screws anymore. It just snaps. 1, 2, 3, 4 snaps, which actually snap in place just like that. So that's easy to get in. Okay, here we are. What do we see here? We see some PCB, one PCB over here, second PCB over here, and the third PCB is over there. Oh my god, this is actually more than I expected. I thought it would be like one PCB and that's it. Looks like it's a teeny bit more than I expected. Okay, so this side over here, it's actually connected, it actually snaps into place as well, so we would be able to pull it out. So also I see some cables, and on this side, here we are, we have a Wi-Fi antenna, looks like. It just glued towards inside of the unit. Interesting. So some cables coming in just right here. One of them goes to antenna, another I do not know. Let's keep digging. Okay, we are going further down. I don't know if it was glued or not. No, it just snapped in place. Here we are. Ta-da! Oh, okay. Oh, this is sorry, I was wrong. That was not coming to antenna. That was actually going to what I assume speaker. So let's take a look what kind of audio device we have here. Probably just super simple buzzer, but it's kind of funny that it actually shielded. Look, there is a hole, not shielded, enclosed in a specific special casing. And what we have here, we are. There is the buzzer. It's probably pretty shit quality, so it just probably let me take a screwdriver and try to, yay, it just pressed in a little bit glue over here and pressed in just like that. Very simple piezoelectric buzzer. Okay, move it to the side, and here we are. We see some parts. So in order to get further, let's keep digging. A Wi-Fi antenna, Wi-Fi unit. Okay, this screwdriver is not helpful anymore. I think it's too... Okay, let me grab different screwdriver. So this narrow screwdriver is much more useful in these kind of tight spaces. Also, when you have smaller screws, it's very sharp and pointy. Okay, -1. Something falling. Oh, it's magnetic. It's another one over here. Let's unscrew that one as well. Fall out. Okay, our PCB is coming out, but it's too many wires. Curious, how do I unscrew it further? Okay, looks like there is more over here. Okay, hope that's gonna help us to actually remove the whole unit is coming out. That's awesome, including camera. And looks like I have to detach this Wi-Fi thingy. Okay, I have my curved pliers and I'm gonna nicely... It's a standard micro connector for sort of RF equipment. Just nicely... Yay, here we are. Pull this to the side. Pull this and remove. Okay, and it's coming out easier. Okay, here we are. Nice, nice. Okay, so what we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 probably or highly likely infrared LEDs. We have microphone over here. This is highly likely a microphone for two-way conversation. We have some unpopulated diode, which probably LED, and this corresponds. Or actually probably like that. No, it's just like this. Is it so what the hell is that thing then? That's weird. So it's kind of funny. So unpopulated LED over here, infrared LEDs which are behind that black panel, then microphone which corresponds to this hole, and then this, which nothing here at all, like just bunch of resistors. So what is that about? Okay, this. So what is that about? It's not a button, is it? No. So there was something which didn't get implemented, unless I'm totally missing something obvious, but looks like there is nothing. There's a button over here. So this button on the bottom, that setup button, here it is. I remember it was some little hole beside the USB, and it is LED over here. Alright, so yeah, that's just LED. Probably gonna indicate that the unit is working. So let's take a look. If I already turned this thing upside down, let's take a look what we have here. We have Ingenic T20. Ingenic, so it's probably the main processor which actually main processor which is gonna process the images and do all business and stuff. Here's Wi-Fi. So here's the Wi-Fi unit. Here's the processor, and this, highly likely this is serial USB, serial EEPROM. So to actually keep software stuff. On the back side there is, let's take a look on the back side. Let me, I don't want to scratch the lens. Let me do it very carefully here. Okay, it's not, it's like this usual. Click, remove this guy. Okay, and click, and remove this guy. Ta-da! Okay, so we removed the camera unit from the processing unit. So as I mentioned before, processing unit consists of processor. This is probably serial-ROM, highly likely. Voltage regulator of some sort. I will gonna take a look closer. And on the other side, we have another unit. Potentially, it's really hard to tell. It's actually quite power related, probably because it has 3 inductors around it, so we have to take a look closer. What is that? We have some unpopulated header over here. Doesn't say much, but there is something, potentially RxTX and ground. Right, what else we have here? That's pretty much it. There is a transistor. Well, I don't know if it's transistor for sure, but it looks like a transistor packaging, and a resonator, probably for the processor. Okay, let me take a look a bit closer and I will come back to you about each particular component. In the meantime, I also take a look on this camera unit, and so what do we have here? So this interfacing board, which has SD card, the buttons, looks like it also interfaces with main unit, with CPU unit about with this cable. Also, it powers up the camera unit because look like a power goes this way via those 2 cables in this connector. So I'm not sure what this chip is. Again, I'm gonna take a look closer. So on the back side of this, there is nothing. Essentially, just a cable, and that's it. Yep. So we will be interested in the camera unit, but camera unit is actually pretty self-contained unit as well. Yeah, it's curious what kind of unit is this. Doesn't have much except this information over here. It says ICS5SB2. Let's unscrew it as well, and we're gonna have complete disassembly of this stuff. Obviously, I'm not gonna open the camera unit itself. Sorry, actually, to pull out the lens, because I don't want to get dust in it or something like that, but here we are. So yeah, unit is self-contained and lens is actually glued shut. I see here there is a bunch of glue or some sort of compound, so I won't be able to change focus, but yeah, this is the most of it we can get out of this unit. But usually this is self-contained unit, CCD sensor, like all-in-one kind of a unit, like lens attached to the chip, and chip is just inside, a surface mounted chip, highly likely. So let's take a look at the component in details, and I'll be back to you shortly. And looks like all this stuff is full of surprises, but some of them pretty expected. So let's start from our main chip. So this guy is Nginx T20, which turned out to be single core video processor, which has H.264 encoding right there. It has image processing inside, it has DDR2 memory, 512 megabit, and so on. So it supports up to 1080p 60 frames per second of video encoding. Pretty good stuff, specifically dedicated for this sort of cameras. Very nice, actually. This is apparently some people able to hack this thing around, but we will look at this a little bit later. So this guy is, as I suspected, is Cepheon QH128 serial ROM. So I assume it is 128 megabit serial ROM. So on the Wi-Fi end we have Realtek 8189 FTV, which is pretty much Jelly Bean powered for BGN 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi support. Nothing super special, one channel does the job done for Wi-Fi needs. This guy, I could not figure out what is that. Some sort of probably power regulator, one transistor, this transistor is bipolar transistor, this transistor is some sort of FET, and on other side we have so this chip is interesting and curious why they actually used it. So this guy turned out to be 3-channel power IC, which has 3 synchronous buck regulators. So, and here we are, we have 3 inductors, so kind of 3 regulators. So I don't know if it's necessary to actually, for this guy, is require 3 different powers, but we clearly using over here all 3 channels. So another transistor, another FET over here. Over here we have QFN, sorry, it's AT733A QFN audio amplifier. So obviously we have speaker over here, so we need some sort of, actually it's magnetic. So I was wrong about piezo. So it's a little magnetic coil-based speaker, yeah. Piezo does not require magnetic thingy. So that's pretty much it on this side. A little bit how you do job on this USB thingy, but like it still has a lot of flux around here. But that's pretty much it. And let's take a look at our camera board. So on camera side of things, it's relatively simple. Some things are not populated, curious what is this LED is about, and so on and so forth. This is a little microphone, another transistor, those are pretty straightforward. But this guy took me some time to figure out, but when I figured out I was kind of impressed. So it turned out to be this guy is CHMC S68 or D621 6218F, and which turned out to be, took me some time to actually dig it up, turned out to be its analog of BA6208, which is infrared filter driver. It's motor driver apparently, and turned out to be this is not just power for the camera, turned out to be this is to drive infrared filter, which works like a shutter. When this camera turns into infrared mode, it's like chick, and covers up, and as you see it turns like almost like black and white in dark. I guess it has some sort of threshold to figure out when to turn this infrared filter on or off. So this is mechanical part. Inside there is an infrared filter shutter. Is pretty much all what we have in this camera, but this is really interesting little unit over here. So it clearly has infrared to see at night, and clearly it's pretty beefy unit for processing video on the fly and streaming it, including two-way audio. So far I'm impressed. So next question would be how easily we can hack this thing, and probably I will answer this question in my next video when I actually do some research to see how easy it is to play with this guy. But so far I'm gonna put it back together. Maybe not 100% back together, just to make sure that I would be able to easily get inside when I try to hack it around. But I actually would like to see how it works. So main question is this thing worth whatever 20 American bucks? I think it is. For whatever I see inside, it's relatively complex and not super dinky unit. So they still make money on this thing, I assume. But here we are. This is what we got when our when, for example, all those components are Chinese made. Some I'm not sure about Realtek, but majority of companies are here, which each are completely China-based companies, and some datasheets are completely gibberish for me because I do not understand. I had to use Google Translate in order to actually make some meaning out of them. But here we are. So because those components produced in China, I guess that can make this thing cheap enough and also let them actually make profit on it. So here we are. Hope you like, guys, hope you like this kind of disassembly video. I'm gonna post high-res photos of all this on my website, which is gonna be down below. And if you like this sort of video, please like and subscribe, and see you next time.